painful real story from Los Angeles after the fire incident. Can you imagine losing everything in the blink of an eye? One moment, you're living your life, and the next, everything you knew, everything you loved, gone. This is the hardest story of a family torn apart by the recent blazing fire in Los Angeles, and the journey they faced to rebuild their world from ashes. Fire doesn't just burn homes, it burns dreams, it burns futures, and it leaves behind scars that can never fully heal. But in the face of all that destruction, one family found a way to fight back. This is their story, a story of survival, resilience, and the unbreakable bond of family. But it's not just their story. It's a story that could happen to any of us. How far would you go to rebuild your life after losing everything? On the night of January the 2025, something extraordinary and devastating happened. A fire broke out in the heart of Los Angeles, an inferno so intense, so uncontrollable, that it left thousands without homes, families shattered, and entire neighborhoods turned to rubble. But among the victims, there was one family whose story stood out, a story of love, loss, and the will to survive. The Rodriguez family had lived in their home for over 15 years. To them, it wasn't just a house, it was their sanctuary, a place where memories were made, where laughter echoed through the halls, and where dreams of the future were built. But that all changed in a matter of hours. Meet Lucia Rodriguez, the mother of the family. She's the heart and soul of this story, and she will tell you, with a strength most people only dream of, how they faced the unimaginable. We were asleep when the fire started. The sirens woke us up, firefighters telling us to get out. But by then, it was too late. The flames had already spread too fast. We had minutes, not hours. We left with nothing but the clothes on our backs. I remember looking back. I saw the smoke rising, and I just knew. I knew we couldn't go back. As the fire spread across the city, the Rodriguez family was forced to flee, just like so many others. But what happened next would test their courage in ways they never could have anticipated. After the fire, Lucia and her children found themselves living in a temporary shelter. But even as they faced uncertainty, they never gave up hope. They held on to the belief that they could rebuild. And they weren't alone in this struggle. Across Los Angeles, families like theirs were coming together, offering help, support, and compassion. Because as Maya Angelou once said, we all should know that diversity makes for a rich tapestry, and we must understand that all the threads of the tapestry are equal in value. In the face of tragedy, the Rodriguez family found strength not only in themselves, but in their community. Despite the overwhelming loss, Lucia and her family were not alone. Local organizations, volunteers, and even strangers came together to offer their help. This is the real power of humanity. When tragedy strikes, we rise together. And that's exactly what happened. With the support of their community, the Rodriguez family began the painful process of rebuilding. It wasn't easy. They faced countless setbacks, financial struggles, and emotional hardships. But they were determined not to let the fire define them. As Lucille Ball once said, "Love yourself first and everything else falls into line." And that's exactly what Lucia and her family did. They loved each other, they supported one another, and together, they began to heal. Fast forward, and the Rodriguez family is living in a new home, a place of their own once again. But they'll never forget the lessons they learned through the fire. Lessons about resilience, love, and the strength of the human spirit. We lost a lot, but we gained something even more valuable, a deeper understanding of what truly matters: family, community, and the courage to keep going, no matter what. The Rodriguez family story is just one of many in the wake of this devastating fire, but it's a reminder of something we all must remember. We are stronger than we think, and when we come together, we can rebuild even the most broken of worlds. Though the fire may have taken everything from them, it could never take their hope, it could never take their love, and it could never take their family. Thank you for watching. If you found strength in the Rodriguez family story, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, no matter how hard life gets, there's always a way forward. Subscribe to Speak in English for more stories from Los Angeles after recent incident. Speak with strength. Speak with hope.